Hello?
Hello?
Yep, we're okay. We're on...
1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
Okay? I can't see the hand signal,
Hello?
so you control your time.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep, 23 minutes the first half, and then 23 second half. Okay. This is Matt Pearce. Jesus Christ gave us the goals, but Gandhi gave us the tactics. Hi everyone, I'm Matt Pearce, and we've got Ken here, our regular coordinator, and Andrew Toe is here. Welcome, Andrew.
It's my second time to be here.
That's right, and you need no introduction to anyone in Hong Kong, but to our outside listeners, our international listeners, he's a district councillor and very senior member of the League of Social Democrats. So welcome, Andrew, second time on the show, when you're going to be coming back every 2 months, aren't you?
Okay.
We're going to twist your arm to make sure you come back every 2 months.
You're welcome.
But on the show today, we want to start off having a good discussion about the recent rail protests and sort of everything about that. Later in the show, I want to ask you a bit more about LSD and quite what's been going on within your political group, and also a bit about. I know there's an election, isn't there, for the chairman coming up on the 31st of January, at the end of this month. So I want to ask you a bit about that and sort of the direction that LSD is going and so on. But to start off with, obviously the big political story this week has been this story about the rail protest and the government, what the government have been able to do and push through this decision to get this big railway, the ultra-modern railway between Hong Kong and Guangzhou. So, but obviously it created quite a strong reaction from the public and so on, and there were quite interesting scenes outside the legislative council. So perhaps if I could ask you. Perhaps your reaction to that, and from what you could see and so on, and about the protests and so on.
My first impression about this protest is it is an inevitable result. It's come late for Hong Kong, simply because Hong Kong Legislative Council and even the executive one is not a fair one. It is an undemocratic one, more appropriate to say. That's why you will create many contradictions in our society, and the problems cannot be solved within our institution. That's why people have to come out. They have to go out to the streets and to protest against the government. And if those people, especially those youngsters at this time, they are very dissatisfied with the government. They have their own grievances to show. This is the time for them to show off what they want, and what they hope the government can do.
And it seemed to me that the demonstrations, the scenes that we saw outside the Legislative Council, it wasn't just about the railway. Actually, in some ways, it was about much more than that, wasn't it? It was about what you were saying about the idea that. People and there's been a lot of focus about young people, hasn't there? And what the media are calling the post-80s generation. There were obviously a lot of young people down there. And would you agree that there's a sense that they just feel? The English word is disenfranchised, isn't it? And sort of disillusioned with the government and so on, and then they feel they're not being listened to.
Yeah, I think this is the way that the post-80s express the view. They are not organized. Sometimes you can say they are not disciplined at all, and they just want to do what they wish, and. That's the way that they perform during the protests. I believe that they don't have any organization within themselves. So that's why they just want to do what they want. And I hope that they will understand the future. I can see the future. To me, I can see the future because even those post-80s youngsters, they come out. We can see the future of Hong Kong.
Yeah. I mean, they are the future, aren't they?
Of course,
that's right. And there's a famous expression that you can't necessarily plan everything for the future, but you can help bring up the young people who are the future. And that obviously they are those young people outside are the future of Hong Kong and so on. But it's a matter of because the way I saw it is that it's good that they are there. They're willing to come out in public, and believe me, it's not. As an activist, I know it's not easy to stand in public. Actually, it was good to see them, but it's just a matter of was it quite right the way they did it? Was it? Could they have done it in a slightly more different way or more effective way? What do you think?
Just now you talk about they should do it in a more controlled way. I say that they should do it in a more prudent way.
Yeah.
And I believe they can do it much better next time. But for this event, what they did is the best the organizer can organize. Because they mobilized the people from the Facebook. They mobilized them from the internet. That's the way. You cannot control every member. For those who participate, they will not follow you. My description is like this. Those who pick up the microphone will be the leader. And it depends whether those participants will listen to you and follow your way. And this is very difficult. Even the RSD organize demonstrations, it would be much better because they know who is the leader, who make the command. But for those kind of protests, everyone can come. Everyone is the leader.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah. And sometimes it's very spontaneous for them to do what they like.
And obviously anything can happen then. And, cause obviously as an observer, as an activist who, I would say, there needs to be